Okay.
Hey guys, so I'm going to put in a plum tree, and we're putting a plum tree here by our chicken coop. It's far enough away from the coop that it's going to have lots of area to grow. We're putting it in here in this great soil. And all I did to prepare the soil was back in the fall, I put a little bit of like chicken compost down on here, and I started digging out this hole, and there's worms just everywhere. So to plant this fruit tree, all I'm going to do is I'm going to create a hole that's about twice as wide as the root ball. And typically I think I would use a shovel, but I'm not going to use a shovel today because I don't have to. This soil's, there used to be a plant in here. Maybe I will use a shovel for a little bit of it. Because when I'm digging this hole, I want it twice as wide, and I want it deep enough that the roots, or what am I saying? I'll show you when I put the plant in the hole. I'm going to make it about twice as wide as the root ball. And in the planting hole, I don't want any woody debris, because the woody debris is not good for the roots. They will steal nutrients. As they break down, they steal nutrients. There's some more woody debris. They steal nutrients from the plant, so we don't want any woody debris in there. But I'll leave lots of worms like that. And they're everywhere.
Show me one or two of them.
Worms?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. There's more. There's another worm. That one got cut in half, but any sticks were taken out, and just leaving this really amazing. Look at this soil. You can tell healthy soil that they'll clump together, but it just crumbles apart. It's just aggregated. Super nice, healthy soil. Worms converting all the compost I put in here, all the leaves, all that stuff. The worms convert that all to amazing usable nutrients for the tree. So I'm just going to dig this out a little bit more and bring the tree over. And Petra, if you want to come over here, you can see this fruit tree. This is an Italian prune plum, and we're moving it over there because Italian prune plums can get quite large, but I'm going to show you what I do to keep this super small as you can keep it. I bought it as a bare root. Bare root in that it didn't have any root ball on it. And what I'm going to do with this bare root before I put this down is I noticed.
Do you mean root ball as in the soil?
It didn't have any soil around it. Yeah, great question. So you can see that there's a damaged root right here. It's damaged, so I'm going to cut that out, because that's not going to live anyway. And I'm just going to go through these roots to see, make sure that there's another one that's broken. And these get broken when they get dug out. These started in a field, and they dig them out and they transport them bare root. And the reason why they transport them bare root is this thing might weigh a pound or two. So easy to move in a car, so easy to move around. So what I do is, this is what I'm looking for. I can see that this hole is about twice the size of this root ball, but you can see that this tree has been grafted on a different root ball. It's been grafted right here, and this is like a knuckle. Right here, we don't want to bury this. So what I look for is about the highest part. The roots come out here. I want to plant this to about that depth. And all I'm going to do to plant this is, I got some worms in the hole. The soil's super healthy. I'm not going to add anything to the soil because it's healthy. It's been sitting here. There were plants here before, and it's healthy because all these worms are converting all that organic matter, all the compost I put down here, all the leaves, all the wood chips. They're converting all that stuff to nutrients. So I'm just going to bury this tree in here. And you can see I haven't quite buried that, but I got more worms in there.
Do you want to talk about how you selected the spot for this tree?
I selected this spot because this tree, what I'm going to do before I
Oh yeah,
do
let's finish, sorry.
Before I do that, I'm going to cut it. Where did I cut it? Where did my cutters go?
Check
Here
your
they are.
pocket.
They're
Okay.
right here. Now, if I let this tree go, this is an Italian prune plum. If we just let this grow and we didn't prune it hard every year, it could easily get to 25 feet high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it down here. I saw a guy do this at about knee height. I'm going to go a little bit higher than my knee height. because there's all these different buds here, growth buds. You can see all these little nodules that are going to be new vegetative growth. I'm going to cut this just above this last one right here.
So that.
The reason I'm going to cut this is I don't want the growth higher up on the tree. What this is going to promote is all these little growth nodules are going to put out new vegetative growth. This tree is going to stay super low, so as that vegetative growth comes up, the fruit is going to be only like, 4 feet high, 5 feet, 6, 7 feet high. It's going to stay smaller. I want to keep this tree small because I don't want to have to get up on fruit trees. I don't have to get up on ladders to get the fruit and fruit trees and spray and stuff. You can see these trees we planted about 7 years ago, and you might have to come over here for the sun. But you can see there's hundreds of pears on this pear tree. There's all kinds of these big fruit spurs that are coming that are going to produce about 5 pears per. And I'll thin them out to about 2. So we'll probably get about 100 pears off this pear tree. And the tree's only 8 feet tall, so I can almost, well, maybe it's about 9 feet now. But at maximum, I get on a 2-step ladder. It's going to be totally safe to pick, totally safe to prune. We want to keep fruit trees small. So just to follow it up with this tree's going to stay even smaller than that. It's not going to get to 9 feet. It might get to about 7 or 8 feet. But the fruit's going to be low, and we're going to be able to pick it. And geez, that's looking really good. And we got about 5 feet from the chicken coop. This might get about 8 feet wide. I'm going to keep it 8 feet wide, so it has lots of room here to grow and produce lots of fruit.
Okay.
How do we need to follow that up with anything?
Well,
Petra?
we this is kind of personal, but we bless when we plant things, we bless it. So, right?
You gonna do a little blessing on it?
A little blessing. I'll do the blessing. Anything else? This plum tree
if
needs a
anything
lot of
else,
sun, right?
Well, it needs full sun, and it's south facing is this direction. It's going to get sun for all kinds of sun. As far as watering goes, this was soaking. I had this soaking in a little bit of kelp fertilizer. The kelp fertilizer stimulates roots in the growth, or stimulates growth in the roots. I want to stimulate that growth of this tree. So I'm going to take half of this water now and just pour it where those roots are. It gets nice and wet in there. And then, so that's kelp fertilizer. There's a little bit of nutrients in that. So I'm getting that to stimulate the growth of the tree. The tree will then get the nutrients from the soil. And I'll probably fertilize this tree one more time this summer. I'll do that a couple
Why
of
wouldn't
times
you put
every
that
year.
whole bucket on it?
Because I've got another fruit tree over here. We're
Oh,
going to do
okay.
a pear tree.
So what, like a couple, like 4 cups, or okay,
me?
like 4 cups of water, or just till the water's got the soil wet, or like how do you know when enough is enough?
How do I know when there's enough water in
Yeah.
there? Oh, I'll probably put some more water in there. You just really drench it, especially the first time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm putting this tree in this water with the intention of just really soaking these roots so that they have like a good dose of, it's kind of shocking them. and
How long
waking
did you
them up.
soak the plum for?
Probably over an hour, a couple hours, something
Okay.
like that. I don't need to soak it too much. We're just putting it in there just to get the roots wet. We'll put the tree into the hole. We'll plant it, and then the one last thing I'm going to do now that I've watered this is I've got a bunch of chicken compost that's been sitting for a year, and I'll probably put about 2 inches of chicken compost mulch on top of this with the intention too. There's all kinds of nutrients in that chicken compost, but 3 it's just to you want to mulch this area to keep the soil cool. You want to mulch it with all those nutrients to give nutrients to that plant, and just create like a healthy ecosystem for the worms and the bugs to live in. And that's about it. If you have any questions about planting fruit trees or fruit tree tips, ask away, and we share all this here. Thank you so much.